Tesla's direct sales model is a major advantage. March 14, 2022. Tesla's direct sales model is unique in the industry yet already has others following suit. This approach to sales is a strong competitive advantage, as it is often the deciding factor for consumers when making a purchase. A long time ago, cars were sold by automakers to customers directly. But in 1898, this changed when William E. Metzger founded the first dealership in the United States. Direct sales by an automaker to consumers are now limited by most states in the U.S. through franchise laws that require new cars to be sold only by licensed and bonded, independently owned dealerships. This provokes Tesla and consumers to fight for their rights, in which they have been successful. Today, the direct sales model operates in many U.S. states to sell cars to consumers at the most favorable prices. A car dealership or vehicle local distribution is a business that sells new or used cars at the retail level, based on a dealership contract with an automaker or its sales subsidiary. It employs automobile salespeople to sell automotive vehicles. It may also provide maintenance services for cars, and employ automotive technicians to stock and sell automobile spare parts and process warranty claims. Tesla has rejected the dealership sales model based on the idea that dealerships do not properly explain the advantages of their cars, and they could not rely on third-party dealerships to handle their sales. In addition, when selling cars through a dealer, they have a high markup, and for popular models, it can reach 5 figures. Instead, Tesla with a direct sales model prefers not to waste consumers' money but to make its electric vehicles more affordable to them. Ted Marina. Twitter shared his car buying story with Tasmanian and showed what really matters and plays a key role when choosing a car. Ted is a longtime supporter and fan of Tesla vehicles. He was immediately captivated by the Tesla Model S as soon as he first saw it 9 years ago. However, at the time, Ted had just moved to Silicon Valley, where the standard of living was very high, so he couldn't afford to buy one just yet, and had to focus on supporting his family. At the time, Ted settled on the more affordable Ford Fusion Energy Hybrid, which allowed him to be introduced, at least partially, to an electric vehicle. However, as soon as his financial situation stabilized more recently, Ted began to search for an all-electric car to buy. Since there are some different options out there, he did his research to pick the right one. The Marina family needed an SUV, crossover or bigger type vehicle. Ted was considering a Ford Lightning, but it would probably not be delivered before 2023. And the Volvo XC40, VW ID.4, and Polestar had too low range to meet his requirements. The main vehicles he considered were the Ford Mach-E, Tesla Model Y and Hyundai Ioniq 5. Early on, Ted ruled out Hyundai because of supply shortages and he found their EV safety recall to be alarming. In addition, during his research, Ted constantly looked at the prices and possible places to buy cars. He said that he was outraged by dealer markups. As I began my search, it was shocking how much dealers were asking over MSRP. I philosophically decided that I would pay MSRP but not a dime over. There were a couple of dealers who would sell at MSRP but only if I ordered a vehicle which I was told would ship in 9 months or longer. I could not wait that long, so I looked all over the local market. Everyone overpaying for vehicles from a dealer right now are going to kick themselves in a couple years. Dealers has been lukewarm, but I refused to be gouged. The document that Ted kept and shared with Tasmanian shows that most dealers had a markup of 5–10% on the models he was interested in, which would mean a large overpayment. So, for example, the markup on Mach-E is up to $10,000 compared to the manufacturer's suggested retail price. With the big picture in mind, Ted made a quick decision. He ordered a Tesla Model Y which more than adequately met all his requirements for a car. One of the decisive factors was that the car was sold at the price set by the manufacturer without any markups and additional fees that dealers have. In addition, the waiting period for the car is about 2 months. And now Ted is going through the final stage before accepting delivery. Source reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. My take: I see the future of all car companies being 100% direct sales. The dealerships will be either company-owned or gone. FSD Beta 10.11 Release Notes. March 14, 2022. Based on recent comments from Elon Musk, full self-driving beta testers were expecting the next release to be version 10.12. It was also expected that the new version would be released earlier this week. As we already know, The release was delayed to this weekend. And it looks like it has met that timeline. But only internally within Tesla. According to Tesla enthusiast at Whole Mars blog, 10.11 is currently being tested by employees. And if no significant bugs are found, could be released to external users on Monday. FSD Beta 10.11 release notes 2022.4.5.15 upgraded modeling of lane geometry from dense rasters bag of points to an autoregressive decoder that directly predicts and connects vector space lanes point by point using a transformer neural network. This enables us to predict crossing lanes, allows computationally cheaper and less error-prone post-processing, and paves the way for predicting many other signals and their relationships jointly and end-to-end. Use more accurate predictions of where vehicles are turning or merging to reduce unnecessary slowdowns for vehicles that will not cross our path. Improved right-of-way understanding if the map is inaccurate or the car cannot follow the navigation. In particular, modeling intersection extents is now entirely based on network predictions and no longer uses map-based heuristics. Improved the precision of VRU detections by 44.9%. Dramatically reducing spurious false positive pedestrians and bicycles. This was accomplished by increasing the data size of the next-gen autolabeler, training network parameters that were previously frozen, and modifying the network loss functions. We find that this decreases the incidence of VRU-related false slowdowns. Reduced the predicted velocity error of very close-by motorcycles, scooters, wheelchairs, and pedestrians by 63.6%. To do this, we introduced a new dataset of simulated adversarial high-speed VI interactions. This update improves autopilot control around fast-moving and cutting-in VRUs. Improved creeping profile with higher jerk when creeping stand ends. Improved control for nearby obstacles by predicting continuous distance to static geometry with the general static obstacle network. Reduced vehicle parked attribute error rate by 17%. Achieve increasing the dataset size by 14%. Also improved brake light accuracy. Improved clear-to-go scenario velocity error by 5% and highway scenario velocity error by 10%. Achieved by tuning loss functions targeted at improving performance in difficult scenarios. Improved detection and control for open car doors. Improved smoothness through turns by using an optimization-based approach to decide which road lines are irrelevant for C. Given lateral and longitudinal acceleration and jerk limits is W. Vehicle kinematics. Improved stability of the FSD UL visualizations by optimizing Ethernet data transfer pipeline by 15%. Improved recall for vehicles directly behind Ego. And improved precision for vehicle detection network. Source reposted and summarized from Darren John at Drive Tesla Canada. My take: one step closer to FSD being 100% complete and Tesla taking over the auto industry. Tesla dominates Germany in February. March 14, 2022. Tesla sales in Germany are going strong, with the Model 3 sedan and Model Y crossover commanding a lead in the country's electric vehicle segment. This is quite an impressive accomplishment for Tesla, especially considering that its local EV production facility, Gigafactory Berlin, is yet to commence operations. Monthly sales data from the Federal Motor Transport Authority for February 2022 revealed that Tesla saw 3,690 Model 3 registrations last month, making it the most popular electric vehicle in Germany. Its stablemate, the Tesla Model Y crossover, on the other hand, saw 2,254 registrations in February 2022, putting it in second place. Tesla's numbers are particularly noteworthy since the Model 3 and Model Y held a considerable lead over the third best-selling EV in the country, the more affordable Fiat 500, which saw 1,392 registrations over the month. Source reposted and summarized from Simon Alvarez at Tesla RT. My take: that's some pretty good sales numbers. Wait and see what happens after Giga Berlin ramps up. Chinese Tesla Model Y sales quadrupled in February 2022. March 14, 2022. The Tesla Model Y becomes one of the hottest electric vehicles in China and currently is the crucial model for the brand, as the Model 3 volume significantly decreased. According to the China Passenger Car Association data, Tesla sold in China some 23,200 made-in-China cars, up 27% year-over-year, and exported 33,315. An interesting thing is that most of Tesla's local sales in China happen to be the Model Y, which with 18,593 was up 302% year-over-year, although a year ago the Model Y was barely ramping up. The sales volume in February was high enough to exceed all other premium crossover SUVs in China. CNEV Post noted that top Mercedes-Benz, Audi and BMW models were under 10,000 units. Mercedes-Benz GLC 9,958. Audi Q5 8,859. BMW X3 8,819. Among mainstream new energy vehicles, only the BYD Song PHEV was slightly higher at 22,754. The BYD Tang was third at 10,026. Source reposted and summarized from Mark Kane at Inside EVS. My take: Elon has always said that the Model Y would be the best-selling car in the world.